Welcome back to Indy Now, friends. Many of you might recognize Wrangler, who we've affectionately called our Indy Now mascot. He is a miniature horse known for bringing cheer to birthday parties, holiday events, and more.
But what you may not know is the powerful story behind his rescue and then the ripple effect he's had on healing around everyone that's around him. Take a look.
In a quiet corner of Kokomo, Indiana, you'll find a little horse with a big heart and a farm where healing is part of the routine.
Welcome to Wrangler and Friends Farm, or Wrangler's house as we like to call it.
Wrangler, a rescued miniature horse, is part of a crew of animals saved by Lindsay Fisher, whose love for animals started early.
My grandpa had horses and he had farm animals, and so from a very, very young age, I just really connected with it.
That connection inspired Lindsay to become a registered therapeutic riding instructor with a goal of helping others. And while building a program of her own, Lindsay was moved by an unlikely post online.
This picture of Wrangler popped up, and he was clearly physically unwell. He was physically abused. So that made him really scared.
Lindsay and her husband Derek felt called to rescue Wrangler and give him the fresh start he deserved.
So we borrowed a trailer and drove down to southern Indiana, picked him up, brought him home.
Wrangler's trauma ran deep. Helping him feel safe again would take time and friends.
Every time that I came up to him, he reacted like I was going to do what others had done to him in his past.
So Lindsay and Derek brought in backup, a crew of rescued animals to support the mission and to support Wrangler.
It was just really sweet. Like you could actually see the confidence starting to build.
But building trust in humans would take even more time.
It was hard for me to work with him because he was so scared of adults from the experiences that he had.
Lindsay realized it was in the presence of children Wrangler finally felt safe.
We had a group of kids that were just so kind to him, and it really shows you that if you're kind and you're patient, you can do really big things while you're young.
After that, Read with Wrangler was born.
We started just going to libraries with Wrangler because we would do story times with kids, and he would really get into it.
From libraries to assisted living facilities, Wrangler did more than visit. He inspired connection between people of all ages.
See what he brings out in different generations, right? So when Wrangler comes in, people in the dementia units who may have not even talked for a week or a long period of time will start talking about growing up, and we'll start talking about the farm, because I think a lot of times we take for granted animals and the power that they have, because across all generations, he really connects with all of them.
But just as the farm found its rhythm, Lindsay's world changed forever.
3 years ago, my husband passed away. And so during that time, during that time, it was really difficult. And it made me wonder, why? Why am I doing any of this if I'm not doing this with him?
Working on the farm they built together felt impossible without Derek.
He did the fencing, he did the shelters. When he passed away, I didn't know how to build things. I didn't know how to do fencing. I didn't know how to do his job because we are very much a counterpart team.
In her grief, Lindsay found herself in the same place Wrangler once stood, afraid and unsure.
During that period, I experienced a lot of trauma. I really started to understand Wrangler even in a deeper level, and I was able to heal, I feel, quicker because of Wrangler. I thought, if I can help him come out of it, and I did, then he can do his part and help me come out of it.
During the toughest times, Wrangler stood by her side.
First birthday party without my husband, he did all those with me, and Wrangler just pushed against my side. I was not okay. But in that moment, he made me okay. I just thought okay, I can do this. Every time I think I can't do this, one of the animals reminds me that I absolutely can and that I will.
Through love and loss, Lindsay and Wrangler discovered what she'd always known in her heart, that healing happens together.
And the times that I don't have the strength to kind of go on, the animals fill in the gaps. If we really kind of open our hearts and we really let our guards down, I think we can see how much animals do want to help us.
Wrangler and Friends isn't just a farm. It's living proof that kindness, patience, and connection can change lives. And a reminder that the ones we rescue us right back.
I think we're meant to heal together. We bring out something really special in Wrangler, and then Wrangler brings out something really special in us.
And the ripple effect of healing doesn't end there. Lindsay says after her husband Derek passed away, he saved 6 lives as an organ donor.
Yes, and she says she still corresponds with the man who now carries Derek's heart. It's a powerful reminder that even in loss, love can live on. And just like Wrangler, it can help others heal.
We hope you enjoyed that.